Some for you, some for me. Let's go. What do we do? I love whipped cream. It's creamy, it's delicious, and I know you guys are gonna love it too. More flavor, more comfort, more fun, more family, more joy, more color, and a little bit more spice. This is good mood comfort food. Does anybody remember Baker Square? I used to go there all the time when I was a little girl. My mom and dad would take me, and it always just felt so nostalgic. It was in a diner setting. You always got the most delicious pies, everything from apple pie to creamy French silk to my favorite banana cream pie. I decided I was gonna take my stab at making a delicious, comforting banana cream pie that would surprise and delight everybody in my family, and this one absolutely delivers. It's a little bit extra, as we like to do things here, ambitious kitchen style. I absolutely love it. It's creamy, it's delicious, and I know you guys are gonna love it too. So if you love pie as much as I do, then like and subscribe to my channel because I have a lot of delicious pies coming up, and also would love to hear what Baker Square pie was your favorite in the comments below. So let's get started and make my delicious banana cream pie. Oh, by the way, it has a peanut butter cookie crust. I mean, what's not to love about that? Let's do it. We are starting this recipe off with some Nutter Butters, a classic cookie that you probably had when you were growing up. Oh, they don't have the full packaging. Nutter Butter, if you're watching this, please get on it. I'm serious. Nutter Butter, this is your calling. We're gonna be using 20 to 25 cookies. You can just put them into the bowl of a food processor. You're gonna add in some melted salted butter. You know me, I always use salted butter because I love that saltiness. I think it adds a little bit to the crust. Sweet, salty, peanut buttery. There's nothing better than a peanut butter banana combo. Pop the lid on your food processor, and then you're just gonna process this until it's well combined and it resembles fine cookie crumbs. Let's go. These look really, really good. We're gonna use a deep spring form pan, and we're gonna make sure we're spraying that with some nonstick cooking spray just to prevent the sides of the crust from sticking to the pan. I always recommend nonstick cooking spray whenever you're baking. A lot of people get intimidated when it comes to making pies, but this one is super easy. You throw in this crust, it bakes for about 10 minutes. You make the pastry while it bakes, pour it in, and then basically you just stick it in the fridge for like 4 hours until it's done. And it is the most beautiful, glorious pie you will ever have in your life. And if you are super excited about this recipe, then be sure to like and subscribe to my channel because we have a ton more of these fantastic, fun project type recipes coming up. What I'm doing here is taking a measuring cup and pressing down the crust. And this is just to create a really uniform, solid layer so that it doesn't crumble or fall apart when it bakes or when you take a piece of the pie out. So basically you're just gonna really firmly press it down. And we're also working up the sides as we do that because it is a very, very beautiful deep dish kind of pie, which I also think is another fun element. You don't really see that often when it comes to banana cream pies. So this is just something that makes it a little bit extra special and different. Quick tip on this, I'm seeing this as I make it, is that you don't want to go too far up the sides of the pan just because you won't have enough to fill the bottom of the crust. And I noticed that I was doing it. So I'm just going to correct myself, took off some off the sides and just made sure that everything was flat and uniform. And now we are ready to bake it in the oven. It only needs to go in for about 10 minutes. Now you're gonna head over to your stove and we're gonna be mixing together the ingredients for the custard that goes on top of the bananas when you make your pie. You're gonna start off with these gorgeous egg yolks. Add that to a pan. We've got a little bit of sugar. It's not much. We're actually only using a half a cup in this recipe. Some cornstarch, and that is to help thicken all of that pudding custard mixture together. And then a little bit of kosher salt. You're gonna whisk all of these ingredients together until they're well combined. This is gonna look like it's not gonna come together, but it definitely will. Just be gentle with it. And once it's nice and smooth and creamy like this, you are good to go. You're just gonna set this aside while you heat up your milk. So you've got a small saucepan and some milk. I like to use whole milk for this recipe. I think a coconut milk would actually work really, really nicely. Sorry, let me start over. We're gonna be heating our milk up, but you do not wanna bring it to a boil, just a gentle simmer. When the milk just starts to simmer along the edges, that's when you wanna turn off your heat, because again, we do not wanna bring this mixture to a boil. Then you're gonna take your pan and pour in approximately 1/3 cup. You can measure it out if you'd like, but I'm just gonna eyeball it. And you want to stir this very quickly into that egg yolk sugar mixture. This is just gonna temper the milk and help it come to that temperature, just so everything gets cooked very nicely and the eggs do not start to cook and scramble. You wanna be quick about it here. You're gonna pour the rest of your milk in and stir while you do it. Then we're gonna bring the mixture over a medium heat. We are looking for a thick custard-like consistency or similar to the thickness of a peanut butter. And I'll show you guys. Kind of looks like that. All right, that looks pretty good. So we're gonna take the heat off, and then we are going to add in a little bit of butter to get that creaminess in there, vanilla extract, and some whiskey. Because I just love a punch of whiskey, you know what I mean? About a tablespoon. You can absolutely leave the whiskey out if you're making this for kids. Vanilla, what do we do? And about 2 tablespoons of butter, salted butter, and then just stir that in. And the butter will melt and everything will come together. All right, let's get ready to assemble our pie. Some for you, some for me. What time is it, guys? We are ready to assemble the banana cream pie. So what's interesting about banana cream pie is that there is actually no bananas in the filling itself if you make it traditionally. The bananas actually go on the bottom of the filling, right on top of that crust. So you are gonna slice some bananas up. I like the bananas to be a pretty decent size because I like to bite into a nice chunk of banana. I mean, we are making banana cream pie after all. As we say, you do you, baby boo. It's cute. Ready to put our filling on top. I'm very excited about it because I just tasted it and it is freaking delicious. You're just gonna spread this all on top of the bananas evenly with a spatula. Now what we're gonna do is cover this with a little bit of plastic wrap. So you're gonna put this on top, but you're gonna press the top of the plastic wrap into that custard filling. And that's so we don't have any condensation that happens when it refrigerates for about 4 hours. Now you can make this pie ahead of time. You can make it the day before, serve it the next day. That's my advice. But if you wanna make it in the morning, serve it that night. That's perfectly fine too. Time to go in the fridge. Banana cream pie has been chilling in the fridge for approximately 4 hours, so now it's time to make our whipped cream topping. We are using a whole pint of heavy whipping cream, which is one of my favorite things to just like enjoy pretty much anytime because I love whipped cream. Guys, I'm gonna tell you, I really do. You're gonna dump that into a mixer. A little bit of powdered sugar to just sweeten this. Not everybody uses a powdered sugar when it comes to making a whipped cream topping, but I like it just because I like a little bit of a sweeter whipped cream. Just adds a little bit, 3 tablespoons. That's all you need. And a splash of vanilla. We're gonna mix this on high until peaks form and it gets nice and stiff. This is how you make whipped cream. That looks really good. It tastes even better. Now it is time to assemble our banana cream pie. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This looks absolutely perfect. Slap it on there, slappy slap. So kind of spread that out. Be careful not to spread the whipped cream over the crust. You just want to get it barely towards the edges here. You get it over the crust, that's perfectly fine, but you don't really want it mixing with the whipped cream. A little extra pretty, and you can just create little, again, doesn't have to be perfect. This is gonna be beautiful either way. And then what I like to do is number one, you could crumble extra Nutter Butters on top. That would be delicious. Or you can take a dark chocolate bar and you can create curls or just a little bit of chocolate zest, as I like to say. I like to take scissors and just run them across the edge of the chocolate. And sometimes you'll get some really nice bigger pieces in there. Always run it away from you, not towards you. One of the reasons I love making this pie is because it looks so beautiful when you take this off. I don't even know if Baker Square is still in business, but this pie could outdo Baker Square any day of the week. Okay, if you are seeing this video right now and you're watching it and you're thinking to yourself, wow, I really need to make this, go freaking do it. This pie is truly unbelievable and bound to put you in a good mood. Oh, we're really going for it. Holy, that's good.